What's good? What's truly good? Stay cool, stay frosty. It's your boy Corey X Tempest, and we are back again with another video. Now, I will be reviewing One Piece Film Red. This review will have spoilers, so if you did not watch the movie, leave. With this movie being a musical, I didn't think it was gonna go off this hard. This movie was a freaking banger. This movie was good. Every song choice in this movie was good. It felt like this movie, like it was a pretty much an AMV. It was fire. It was straight up fire. From the visual effects of Uda dancing and singing and manipulating the dreamlike world, it was freaking awesome. By far my favorite song from the movie has to be Tota Musica and something Lullaby. I can't remember the name, but those two songs right there, bangers, bro. Absolute bangers. And when the movie opened up with New Genesis sung by Ado, yo, it was so good. It was so good because it reminded me of one of the One Piece openings. Can't think of the name, but it reminded me of a One Piece opening, and it had that theme. And with her vocals in that theater echoing, oh my goodness, it was such a good experience. Her vocals vibrating throughout that theater was absolute amazing, bro. I was shook. I was shocked, because at first Luffy has to take a closer look, so he swings onto the stage to essentially remember who Uda is, and Uta also remembers who he is, and which turns out, but we know that they are childhood friends, and Uta is the adoptive daughter of Shanks. And if she's the adopted daughter of Shanks, she has to be overpowered, right? Keep that in mind. So we also learn from that flashback that she used to be a musician for Shanks' crew before they left her on that island. And with Luffy and Uda's reunion, it's suddenly interrupted by these no name pirates and Big Mom's children, Oven and Brule, which honestly I thought it was funny because they end up getting their butts curve stomped and captured, and then that makes Katakuri want to come in and save Brule, because like, how can I leave my darling little sister to be I gotta go rescue my sister. So he goes off to go rescue her. We don't really see him until he teams up with Shanks at the end of the movie. Uda goes the freak off. She essentially creates this golden armor with these wings, which these wings remind me of the people from Skypiea, and also kind of reminds me of the Sephirim. I think I'm pronouncing it right, Sephirim, yeah. So it also reminds me of them as well. So I'm guessing that she was inspired, or she loved how their wings looked, so she wanted her own wings too. So she grows her own wings, she grows her own armor, and she begins to body them. I mean, she bodies Oven and Brule. At this point, everyone is trying to figure out what her power is, because it's an extremely good ability, and it feels like she can essentially create anything from nothing. She can create food, she can create armor. Heck, she even created seawater, which weakened Luffy in her dream world. Do you know how overpowered that is? Especially, she could take on anybody in her dream world and make them look like fodder. Now, I'm kind of curious, because what can she do against somebody who has insane high levels of hockey? But eventually, to this point, she tried to create this paradise with her Darrow fruit, where there's no starvation or fighting from both pirates and the Navy, because both, from her point of view, the pirates and the Navy have left a scar on the world where every civilian have been left shattered. Either they lost their parents, or they're starving, or they really got nothing from the aftermath of the conflict that the pirates created or the Navy created. Because let's be honest, we know the Navy ain't the good guys, they the bad guys. In fact, Akainu was ready to sacrifice those civilians who were taken over by Uda's song. So we'll find out that she's been eating these mushrooms called wake shrooms, which essentially keeps her up, but at the cost they're going to kill her. So she's essentially taking everyone to the grave who, you know, who's in her dream world. So she was kind of crazy, but you can also blame her for her actions because the wake shroom also affect a person's psyche. And so along the line, we found out that Kobe and Bruno are also there, and they're trying to figure out what her ability is. And Kobe has a sense of how her ability works, and he officially confirms it, and he confronts her on the stage and with everybody else. And you know, everybody's not going to be okay with them being trapped in that world forever and ever. So you know what she does? You know what Uda does? She flips her lid, she turns everyone into toys and random objects, and just captures them. And I'm like, damn, I thought you wanted to create this paradise, but you know. And then it comes along this line where Bartolomeo captures her in his barrier. And I didn't know this. I did not know this, but Bartolomeo can create any type of freaking barrier. He creates a soundproof barrier. And so she's backed into a corner where she sings this song that summons the Demon King. And I mean, this Demon King is, bruh, it's kind of scary. I'm not gonna even hold you. And years ago, on that very same island, she not knowingly sung that same song and summoned the Demon King, and Shanks and his crew had to save them. And instead of her taking the blame for it, Shanks and the crew took the blame for the Demon King and how it left the civilization of that island in ruins, and no one, like, pretty much there was only 2 survivors. So yeah, Shanks and the crew took the blame and left Uda there, and Uda got mad. But it's kind of weird and it's kind of confusing because Uta knows that she caused the summoning of the Demon King, but she still blames Shanks. I'm guessing she felt hurt because that's her father, so she feels like she was left behind because she was a bother. And in order to defeat this Demon King, both parties have to attack the Demon King from the other side. Like, one has to attack the Demon King in the dream world, and another party has to attack the Demon King in reality. You know, this proves a big fact about Sanji's character. He will never look at a woman despite her physical features, because he was a player for Broly, and that caught me by surprise. So eventually, and with Shanks and Luffy are giving the final blow, and we see Luffy go from Gear 4th Snake Man to Gear 5th, and that's when I got hyped, because that's the first time that Gear 5th has been animated, and it looked extremely good, and that makes me, I can't wait for it to be animated in the show. I cannot wait for it to be animated. All in all, I thought this movie was absolutely fire. This movie was so good. If I had to go see it again, I would go see it again for like 2 more times. This movie was a banger. I would give it a 10 out of 10. It was good. Some people are going to say, well, it doesn't have enough action. Honestly, One Piece is known for the dramatic experience that an individual experiences, and then it builds upon that. So this movie does not have to have a whole lot of action for me to enjoy it. I thought it was a pretty good movie, but let me know what you guys think about the movie and how you feel about it. This has been your boy Corey Tempest, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.